A lot of people do not like Thrones of Britannia, and in my opinion, rightfully so, but there's one thing this game does which is better than any other Total War title, and in my opinion, this actually saves the game. And this is like the reason why you should buy it. Now, if you're a campaign player, maybe don't buy Thrones, but if you do enjoy multiplayer battles or sieges, then you know what, maybe you will find some interest here. Look at this army here, they've got the first layer of wall, then they've got a second layer defended by some high ground. Going all the way over here, there's a coast as well with its own layer of walls, plus other natural defences dotted around. This is the medieval free Total War castles that we have wanted. All of these newer titles that lack good castles, good sieges, this is where they are, and this is something I want to see more of. Okay, but before we start this battle, these factions need their armies. The Scottish are going to be defending against the English in this castle here, up here. Edinburgh. Wonder what that is based off. So, let's random generate the armies. The Scots, the defenders, some spearmen, some swords, some axemen, a good amount of missiles, which is good to see, some cavalry, and some wolfhounds. Ooh, good, we're going to see some cute little wolves. They do actually start with 2,500 less gold, but at the end of the day I think it's fine because they are defending. And the English, or West Sussex, are going to go for a bigger army, a catapult, which is good to see, a bit more cav, a lot of spears, and yeah, overall a bigger army. Let's see how this AI does. Alright, here we are then, loading in to the AI only battle. Now there is technically 2 layers to this settlement, this Scottish settlement of Edinburgh. Probably 3 layers if you count the coast bit as a first part that needs to be attacked, but anyway, it seems the Scottish AI is gonna defend on this side instead. So the siege towers, the rams, moving forwards. Well, only one ram moving forwards. Come on, catapults. Get firing. So yeah, as always, Monday, it's just going to be a little bit of an easier day for me. Whereas we usually just spectate a battle, but usually there's a thought or a theme behind it. And today, it's about trying to give Thrones of Britannia a bit more credit. And, you know, you've got to kind of agree, these settlements are brilliant. I love them. Defenders firing in now. They're sending some spearmen out to slow down the siege equipment. Opening the gates as well, letting some missiles get through. Although they do have to be careful. These are... oh, no, those are archers actually. They're sending the archers out. There we go, just had to get my settings updated. They're using some fire arrows now, trying to burn down these siege towers. I think they're gonna, yeah, they're definitely gonna make it onto the walls, and the Scots are going to struggle. If I was them, I'd consider pulling back to the second layer very soon. I think that will be the best plan. Where else can you attack this from? Now the enemy AI could attack it from this way, but I think they've made the right choice. You wouldn't want to deal with those towers, and that bit of high ground as well. Or they could also choose to attack from the coast as well. If I know they can't, because only if you land by a sea can you get here, but still it's another way in, which, you know, these there's always more than one way into a castle. Mostly always. Oh, the crossbowmen got caught outside. Rip those crossbowmen. But yeah, it actually creates something historical and entertaining to play with. A little bit overpowered, but you know, that's what castles are meant to be. They're meant to be almost, you know, at least very difficult to take, or preferably, for the defender, almost impossible to take. The wolfhounds are gone in. They look more like dogs, to be honest. Probably are. They're going to try and hold the front line of the wall. Now, it's a shame that the AI is not really the smartest in this. I would have liked them to have pulled back, put some troops there, But in a human versus human battle, this game is like the best for sieges, and that's why so many Total War YouTubers cover it. But I've never had them like explain why. And it's just because every settlement, so many settlements, are just so unique and like brilliant to play with. They're entertaining, which is something that a lot of sieges don't get. Even Medieval 2 Total War, most of the castles are the same, and it does get old eventually. Warhammer, they don't even have sieges. Well, they do have some in Warhammer 2, but overall, it does definitely lack in sieges. Three Kingdoms, you know, I guess they're okay in Three Kingdoms, but this is what Total War needs more of. Stuff like this. And this is exactly what the community is wanting in Medieval 3 Total War, if there is one. How is Troy going to deal with sieges? Oof, I've got no idea. I've really got no idea what Troy is going to go for. Are they going to go full historical route? Are they going to take some legend into consideration? Are they going to push it a little bit? I've really got no idea how they're going to handle it. You know, Bronze Age warfare sieges were, you know, really not a common thing at all. So, hopefully the few sieges that we will experience, hopefully they will be very fun. Anyway, it seems like the Scottish, they are starting to fade a bit. They have lost a lot of troops. The ram broke down the gate. Balance of power is going against them. Scotland's struggling to hold on. They are outnumbered though. Let's take a look. They've taken 400 losses overall. The English attackers have taken 300 losses. That's not good in a siege. In a siege, the defender always needs to be killing more. Like, if they're at the first layer of wall, and they've killed more of you than you have of them, you're doomed. Depending on your number size, but usually you're doomed. That is not a good sign. They've got all of their troops squashed up here as well. It's a shame that AI cannot take advantage of the actual settlement and use its defences correctly. But look at all those dead bodies. So as much as you may hate Thrones of Britannia, I'm not much of a fan either. I think it is of course fine to criticise it as well. I do it quite a lot. You gotta give these sieges some credit. Even if the AI, you know, even if it's got no real improvement, you know, they do look beautiful, and in multiplayer, they are brilliant. There's actually going to be a multiplayer tournament as well for Thrones of Britannia, which is going to focus on sieges, I believe. We're currently unsure, stuff is still in the works, but yeah, that's something we are definitely looking into. So, if you do actually want to see a Thrones of Britannia multiplayer event where it's going to focus on sieges, yeah, just ask for it. If we get a lot of demand, we'll do it. The only reason why we might not do it is because we're worried with it being Thrones of Britannia, there might not be that much demand for the game. But if we can get enough people wanting to do it, we only really need about around 16 to 32 players for the event, then yeah, there will be one, and I'll stream as many matches as possible. So yeah, let me know in the comments or in Discord if you do want to see that. Either way, the English trying to flank around here to silence the javelinmen, but the Scots come in with a cav, but they are charging spearmen after all. The spears are going to stand back up, and the cav is going to get slaughtered. Well, I said that, but they actually lost half of a spear squad, and it's done a break. Either this is very poor quality spearmen, or these are very good horsemen. They're tier 2, and the cav are tier 1. Wow, those must have been really bad spearmen. The spears should definitely have won that there. The cav also should not have gotten away with so few losses. That was weird. Did not expect that. Javelin's about to run out of ammo. They're all trying to hold this part right now. All of them in this one area. They are slightly surrounded, I think. By the English, yeah, wouldn't really call it surrounded. By the way, a lot of the English troops are missile units all the way back here. They are firing in and getting some kills, but at the end of the day, that's not troops that are here. And as we can see, the English are collapsing. I know they're technically not English, but I'm calling them English because it's just, you know, it's just easier. And there they go, the English have broken. Well done, Scotland. I think they might actually be able to pull this back. Whether they'll win or not, I don't know, but they'll definitely pull it back and make it even again. Balance of power has mostly evened out. They're getting a lot more kills now. The Scots, 500 troops left. The English, 700. But the Scots are starting to lose quite a few right now. Down to 400. And the English still at 700. The Scots are losing so many soldiers, mostly to the missile fire that's now definitely pouring in. Now they don't have to worry about friendly fire. In a way, breaking all of those English troops actually kind of finished them off. Because it means the missiles didn't have to worry about the friendly fire. They shot in, and that's what killed them. Oh, I love the boiling oil. I love boiling oil, and we just run through it as well. I love that feature in any sort of war. It's always an interesting one to look at. What's this unit here? Oh, they're capturing a point. I don't really know what this point is. It's a capture objective, I think. One of them. The main one's over there on the map. That they have broken. The English trying to break through here, kill the javelin unit. The javelins are holding on. They might actually be able to beat them. Yeah, they've broken. More English troops are breaking. They are down to the final few squads on the front now. Some of them are rallying, I think, and coming back. I think these were the ones that already broke and rallied. Can Scotland do it? This is actually going to be a close battle. The English have the troops, but they don't have the morale, and they don't have the quality. Look how they run down that slope there. And there we go. I'm going to say right now, they've retaken the gate. Just be careful of those missiles, and the Scots can win this. How's it looking over here? It's about even over here. I think the English will break through and kill them. But they're breaking them at here again. What we really need to do is kill the general to finish it all off. But they are down now to the final few soldiers. This is getting very close. They've got really nothing left at this point. I think one more squad for Scotland. One more unit of axemen or swordsmen and they could do it. That being said, enemy general's dead. Balance of power is still even. The Scots, final 94 troops versus 400, and balance of power is still even, simply because of the amount of units that have broken. But I don't even think we can get anywhere near these missiles. I think the Scots are going to be the ones to actually go out and try and go for them, but they're not even gonna get close. I think they're going to break. What the Scots need to do is pull everything back up to here. Use the towers. If they use the towers, they can win this. But I don't think the AI will. I don't think it's smart enough. They're down now to the final two squads. One of them breaking. Axeman and a swordsman. There's nothing they can do. English sending their archers in to fight as melee units. I think this alone could do it. I think this squad could end it all for the Scots. Take the settlement. What can the boiling oil do? Not enough. Not enough at all. Use the towers, but I don't think they will. And there we go. Another Scottish squad has broken. We're down to the final one now. The final unit of swordsmen. Can they do it? Can they actually do it? Oh, I completely forgot. They do have another unit. They've got a unit of my cavalry, which I'm not allowed to actually use. Yeah, the rule is I've just got to sit in the plaza. That's the usual rule that I do in these AI armies. I just sit in the defender's plaza. So they still do have to take out my cavalry. and they don't have any real ammunition yet, I think the Scots are going to do it. They've broken one archer squad, they now need to charge in and take this one out, and then it's only one archer unit left. I don't even think the Scots need me. I think they can do it here alone. The towers are still up and firing. The Scots never let them take, really get a good hold on the main gate and capture these towers. And this is probably done a bit what wins it for them. Maybe they did make the right call defending the front line. I don't know, they are down now to the final, well really for them it's the final 37 troops. And the English, with 60 left, they're done a break. Yeah, they don't count, they're gone. Boiling oil pouring in. The Scots at 36 units. Yeah, there they are. And the final squad of English soldiers marches in. And then just as I say that, I've just realised there's units here stuck in the siege tower. A unit of spearmen just stuck in there. Alright, come on Scotland, you gotta take out these. If you can beat this squad, I think they're gonna do it. They broke. They did it, they didn't even have to get into combat with them. They broke, and the Scottish defence actually holds. With 36 units of swordsmen left, they actually held out. This is what is good about Thrones of Britannia. That is what's good about it. The sieges are epic, like nothing we've ever seen before, and I'll even go as far as this. I will say that the Thrones of Britannia sieges are better than the Attila sieges, and they're better than medieval two-total war sieges. They are the best. And that alone is what saves this game. Now, by all means, you know, I still don't think it's that good. Overall as a game, I don't think it's that good because of the lack of campaign features, and many of you will probably agree with me, but you cannot deny that these sieges in this game are epic, and this is something Total War needs to learn. So 1, Total War needs to take these sieges, learn from it and bring it into other games. 2, Thrones of Britannia, you know, if you're thinking about buying it or not, think what type of player are you? Just because everyone says it's a bad game doesn't mean it's all bad. It does have some strengths, especially in the sieges. If you have a multiplayer person, I advise this game. But anyway, that's going to end this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed recording this. It wasn't actually meant to get that close or be that epic. I thought the English were going to dominate in that, but it actually just happened to turn out that the battle was amazing too. Wow, I did not expect this at all. I do hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I've been MELKOR, and until the next one, goodbye.